Let's talk about gaming videos today. From time to time, I see this problem on different forums that people who started editing, it's taking them a lot of time to edit their videos. And it took me as well a lot of time at the beginning. We all been there. Over time, you might develop some workflow or you will somehow speed up your process. And today I want to give you my 4 tips that might help you with that to speed up your process. So tip number 1, focus on audio. Let's take an example. You recorded your playthrough of the game that was like 20 hours, or you've been playing Fortnite for 8 hours and now you want to make a compilation of best moments. We all know, and if you don't know, you will learn today, that audio is the most important, and a lot of tech YouTubers will tell you if you want to upgrade something, focus on your audio first. And that is my first tip as well. Focus on audio first. We as viewers want to see emotions, reactions, jokes. We don't want to see walking from place to place silently. So look on your audio timeline in your software and cut all those silent parts away from your video. You don't need them, unless you are using a narrator. In that case, I believe you remember what you've been doing in the game and you are like, oh, in this part I was silent, but I want to tell this joke or tell the viewers about this and that. But no one wants to listen to silence and watching gameplay where nothing is happening. Oh, and pro tip, in OBS you can separate your audio sources. I think you have to record in MKV and then remix it to OBS to MOV, so you will have separated audio tracks. You can separate your mic audio from your game audio, and you will focus only on your microphone audio on your timeline in editing software. And that brings us to tip number 2, edit in parts, or it can be called create a workflow. The point is you should be focusing always on one part of the video and don't jump from thing to thing.
But still, what if during cutting footage I will have a great idea for a joke or meme and I'll forget that?
That's why you have markers in software and also things like Notepad to make notes about what to add. So for example, my workflow is I will cut all the silent parts from my audio, as I mentioned in tip number 1, and will make footage way much shorter. Then I will watch this short footage and delete all the boring commentary and also make notes for memes, notes for narrator, for sound effects. After that, when I have like 90% final version of the video, I will start adding memes and sound effects and narrator and cleaning everything to its final form. After everything is done in video, then I will edit audio. And by that, I mean I'll be tweaking everything so it won't be either too loud or too silent. Basically, I could say that I'm watching the video without watching the video. I'm just watching the audio meter. So I will try to make this video more pleasable to listen to, because a lot of people are just like binge watching videos, so it won't be too loud for them or too silent, and at any point they will know what's happening. Next step is optional, but I like to do it and I'm making it because, as you can hear, I'm not a native speaker, and that is making subtitles, so viewers will better understand what I'm talking about on video. I already have a video on my channel how to create those subtitles, so you can watch it, but first please finish this video. It's super easy tutorial with a bunch of extra effects for your subtitle game. So that was tip number 2, creating a workflow. The tip number 3 is organization. By that I mean you should organize your files everywhere. I don't even know where to start. Organize your project in your PC so everything will be in the right place, and every time you're looking for something you will find it because it will be on that place, and you won't spend time looking for the folder with 200 files where is, I don't know, your audio footage. For example, I'm using this organization of files, and it's not my creation. I took it from photographer Tyler Babin. I hope I pronounce his name correctly. I will put link in the description when he's talking about his workflow and his file organization. Another thing to organize is, for example, your folders with sound effects and memes. And I have to admit, I was guilty of that as well. I used to have it all in one folder, but since I changed that and I divided them, every time I need something, I know exactly where to look, which will save me a lot of time. Oh, and don't forget to name your files properly. It will save you a lot of time as well. One last thing to organize is your project. Inside your editing software, you can create bins for everything, for example, for footage, for memes, for sound effects, for your audio, and everything once again will be in their proper place, and when you will be looking for something, you will find it faster. So the last one tip, and I think this is quite obvious, so I kept it for the end, is to learn shortcuts. I personally love using shortcuts. I know it seems like a split of seconds moving your cursor to a certain tool, but pressing a key is even faster. And if you're working on bigger project, it will definitely save you a lot of time. But to be honest, default shortcuts might not be as effective as they seem, because you might be moving your hand a lot on keyboard. I personally found quite effective to set my most used shortcuts close to each other. Once again, I haven't created these by myself, but got inspired by video editor of Peter McKinnon, how he is using those shortcuts. Once again, I will link the video down in the description. And since I started using these shortcuts, video editing feels more like playing a video game, which I think is amazing. Anyway, those were my 4 tips for you to edit your gaming videos faster. Let me know in a comment if you are going to use some of those tips, or maybe even if you are already using some of those. And let's make a deal. You will leave a like or subscribe here on this video, and in the next video I will tell you how to